Well, I don't know which side of soft life that you all have been seeing, and it's quite a trend these days, but I have been seeing the side of soft life where there's very little to no explanation to the motive or intention behind it, and it's kind of glorifying not hustling or not working for anything at all and only focusing on luxurious life, which is kind of misleading because it looks like some people were even glorifying the fact that you have to get soft life from men and depend on having a soft life from a wealthy man. And that is the part of soft life I've been seeing. And I don't think that it's right. I do understand soft life. I understand the mindset behind soft life. So when I see that people portray this mindset without trying to truly explain what goes behind it, there are two problems I think this is posing. One, posing pressure, and two, the true intention is not made clear. The true meaning of soft life emphasizing is intentional living and emotional well-being over hustle and stress. Let me explain. This is to help to draw back from the mindset of glorified struggle or hardship to prioritize peace, self-care, and joy. This does not mean that struggle and stress are not going to come. This is to get us into the mindset of how to truly manage it. You know, when you're stressed, you can choose to be or wallow in your stress or try to be more intentional with how to manage it and how to reduce that stress and burnout. One of the examples of soft life is I choose peace today. I refuse to be stressed and I'm going to take steps towards that. Soft life is about choosing peace, joy, and ease on your own terms. And it's a quiet rebellion against struggle and stress and burnout. And in my opinion, I feel like it is romanticizing your life even when things are hard. And also taking it one step at a time. So yes, when there's too much stress or there's this struggle behind whatever we are pursuing, it is mostly advised to choose peace and ease over that in order to protect our mental health and well-being. And this really has nothing to do with materialistic things or luxury. But in the case where it's available to people to have luxury, in order to improve their mental and emotional wellness, and they have that at their disposal, that is absolutely okay and can be called soft life. But in a case where we don't have that and the whole glorification is surrounding the fact that we need to get that in order to have a soft life and choose peace and ease over a stressful life and constant burnout, is what I'm preaching against. So here is the core message I think the whole soft life trend is supposed to project. Embracing self-care and wellness, taking your skincare seriously, prioritizing rest and emotional well-being, and however you can do that in order to ease the stress of your life or of your day. And that is one of the most important parts of soft life, romanticizing your life. You know how coming out from a very long and stressful day and hitting your tongue with your favorite food can feel so emotionally healing sometimes. Yeah, that is also soft life. And now this is where the kind of brutal part comes in, when you're emotionally stressed and you have your emotional boundaries being invaded whilst living a life where you feel constantly stressed and all that. It is usually advised that you find a better alternative, and those things can be hard. But in order to choose a soft life where you're prioritizing your self-care and your health, your mental well-being and your emotional well-being, it is very advisable that you find your way out of those places, and that is your luxury of choosing yourself, your peace and your health over anything that invades or threatens that. Freedom and control, not necessarily wealth. I'm talking about freedom and control of your finances, and also making sure that you having a great source of finance. Now, if you have a good source of income and you're making everything possible to keep this income running, that can be called a soft life. You are planning and you're making sure that you don't ever run out, or you don't run out mostly. And in order to make your life soft and easy and not too complicated each and every time where it puts you on the run, you making efforts for that. So whatever income, whatever hustle that you have, not glorifying working over 6 jobs in order to make the kind of luxury other people are making. But there's so many ways to keep your financial life stable, like investing in anything. The very simple thing about trying to stabilize your finances in order to move or grow towards a soft life is to ask questions. Go to the bank, ask about their investment, do your research online, and find out how you can invest better in order to get better returns as time moves on. Instead of just working all the time and reaping profits right away and then using up everything, if you want your mind to be at ease where you can have money and funds for emergencies, it is usually advisable to move towards investing or seeking more knowledge in that regard. And eventually having full control of those finances helps you feel at ease at some point. That I call soft life. So do your research. I see people also basing soft life around doing things for like quick cash, and yes, they do invest those things, but those things are very, very dangerous. And if you're not a person who is knowledgeable in that sense and is risk calculated, I don't advise those things. For example, Ponzi schemes. And in order to fit into a certain soft life kind of thing projected online, people go through lengths in order to gather things like this, and mostly they lose. So it is advisable to only think of it as when you have good control of your finances, and if you have a good support in case of any emergencies, you have protected and saved funds somewhere, not constantly proving, just living. When we are thinking of everything, like how to get everything in place, when we have to prove ourselves to a partner, to a family, to the world in general, and it looks like you have this big achievement in front of you, and if you don't achieve it, people are going to think that you're a loser or any of that thing. Well, this is one of the things that makes life really, really hard. And in order to make your life a soft one, it's very important that you just live. Like, you know your values, you know your core values, you know your priorities, you know the things you're pursuing, you know how your day-to-day life goes like, and you know your end goal at the end of the year, the month, whatever. You know how your life is, and if you have not planned your life in a certain way, we can have everything perfectly planned, but if you have not taken steps to at least try to hit a certain milestone for yourself, that is when things start to look hard, because you're striving on daily stress and daily struggles and all that. One very important thing is to start to plan your life. At least plan the things you want to do, take steps towards it. If you need a certain job, you want a certain job, you have your eyes on a certain job, keep applying and keep applying until you get it. And you don't just apply, you improve your applications day in, day out. You're studying, you're learning. If you're in school, you're learning new things. If you have the mindset of getting a scholarship at the end of your course, you are working towards that. Just living and just putting in the effort whilst living is soft life. Because trust me, when you have everything planned out and you're taking effort and steps to make sure that these things are at least getting closer to being achievable for you, you have a certain ease in your mind. Another way to ease yourself or to live softly is to ask for help when you need it. In each and every space, the people who are more knowledgeable or more experienced in this case, if you ask for help, it eases the stress around trying to figure out how you can get that thing done. I know we need to work towards the things that we want to achieve and what we want to have, but when we put the whole struggle, culture and mindset behind it, it makes life a hard one to live. Even though it may be hard and it's not exactly very, very soft, taking steps to take care of yourself in the process makes things a little softer and not everything uptight for you. So now I hope that everything puts you a little bit at ease. It is not that hard. You don't have to have wealth in order to live a soft life. It starts with intentional living and intentional and mindful steps whilst going through your process of making something out of yourself. I truly hope that the mindset of soft living has changed for you and your mind is now at ease at the fact that you don't need a huge amount of money or you don't need to find a wealthy man in order to live a soft life. And if you have that already, not against it at all. Share in the comments what you think soft life is, and if you agree with this mindset, or if you have any additions or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. And I'll see you in the next video.